Hey, good afternoon, YouTube. So this is Delroy with Black Noir Bicycles, and we're going to do a special project for the next build. I have a customer who is looking to build a gravel bike. We have some of the components already. We have the frame, but he was interested in actually looking at that Ozark Trail Gravel bike that I don't know if it just came out, but I've been seeing a lot of information about it, and it looks like it seems to be a really good, decent quality for a really good price. I think it's under 300, which is not bad for a gravel bike, but he thinks that some of the components are less than good quality. So he wants us to, we kind of crunched some numbers. We're trying to find the best components in his price range. He doesn't want to go above a certain amount. We'll go through all of that as we go through the build process, but he's just, looking for something comparable. So I think for this video, we're going to do the build. I'll show you the components and the cost of everything. And once we put it together, we can do kind of a visual comparison. I don't have an Ozark Trail that we can test. Maybe in the future, I think he wants to go try it out. So he's going to take a video of that one. Maybe we can get a video with him going, and then we can compare both of them. The primary goal of this video is to build him a custom gravel bike, but not spending $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on it. I think his budget is no more than $600, and we're going to definitely try to stay well below that. We're doing some quality parts. So I'll show you all the components we're going to use. I already have the frame. He's providing some of the wheels. I have the shifters. It's a micro shift Advent. It's a 9-speed, not the 10-speed. 9-speed cassette, and the chain and the derailleur. So that's what we're going to primarily be using as the group set. We're going to use the Sram crank set, and yeah, we're going to just try to give him a decent build. And if this is something you're interested in, you can build your own and kind of go see the kind of components you can use to build yourself your own gravel bike for a very good price. So that's the nature of this video, so stay tuned. I will go ahead and next time you'll see me, we'll pull all the components together and start building this bike for the customer. So anyway, we will be in touch. Thank you. Hey, good morning, YouTube. So here is where we stand. So I got one more message regarding the Walmart gravel bike. I actually went to the 3 different local stores, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue with the build and see if I can get one that we can test out. If not, we might just have to do a paper comparison just to kind of see, the type of cost we can get with the bike we're gonna build. Anyway, bear with me. I'm gonna grab some parts for the bike, and we'll go ahead and get set up. Start in a few minutes. Thanks. Okay, YouTube. So here are some of the main parts we're gonna be using for the build. I will definitely get that unwrapped for you. But we do have, you can see that right there, micro shift Advent 9-speed. And I'm not a big fan of these right here, but kind of work with what we have. Then I actually got these wheel sets for only $80, so to me that's a pretty good deal. So we're going to use that with our build here. I love me these SRAM cranks. They're fantastic when it comes to gravel builds, so we're going to go ahead and utilize that. We do need to include these spacers for the bottom bracket, just to ensure a perfect fit. All right, let me go ahead and get this bike unwrapped for you and see what we're working with that. Nice looking. Like that gray already. That matte gray finish. Yeah, it looks really nice. All right. This is the felt V Series 55. And all in all, with this frame, I'm only in about $130. So not bad so far. I don't know if we're going to keep within that budget of the Ozark, but we're going to try to stay with less than $500, which I think we are. So yeah, that's a nice looking frame. Alright, well, let me clean up a little bit here and get this up on the bike rack, and we can go ahead and start putting this together. Oh yeah, so look at this frame. This is pretty nice. Got the V Series. It's already got the Preston caps here. Internal routing. Right here as well. Nice, nice. This is a size 54, so not for me. I'm usually a 60 or 61, but this was for a customer. I like the little paint scheme, you know. In the light, it kind of looks kind of like this greenish hue, just like the Walmart bike has. Although, you know, people complain about that color scheme. I don't have anything wrong with the way it looks. I think that gravel bike looks pretty good. I mean, you get a lot for, I think, 250, 260 bucks. So, you know, obviously, I think this is a class above that in frame quality. So, but I think I would give him equal points on looks. I like this color scheme just as much, has a little bit more variety. But there's nothing wrong with that that gravel frame from Walmart, the Ozark. I'll put like a superimposed image of it here. That way you guys can have a real good look at it side by side. And you guys can make the determination. Okay, YouTube, so here's where we stand. We have our first roadblock. I don't have any 9-speed chains. However, though, I do have to do some other errands today, so I'll just go pick one up. I don't want to use a 10-speed or an 8-speed, just in case we get slippage in the future after this strain. Oh, I'm just going to go ahead and get one later. But we'll put everything that we can together on this bike today, and then probably tomorrow I'll have to install the crank and the gears and all that other stuff. But everything is pre-plumbed already here. You know, it's nice and wrapped on. It's actually wrapped pretty well. You know, I think I mentioned that earlier. You know, so that's going to take some time. This is brand new too, you see? Even still got the plastic on that. So I got kind of a darker themed that I want to use. Kind of keep everything very simple, no exotic colors that I'm used to doing. But, you know, this is for a customer, so can't be going all out, right? Okay, this cassette looks a little small. Shouldn't be too bad. Doing a 9-speed, so should fit. But again, you know, so we have our frame here. That's about 150, 160 with tax. Fork included. This ghost stem was only $12. Got these two here from REI at a deal for $19.99. I got that. I think it was $60 for the Sram crank, so that's not a bad price. You know, all the cables and wiring. This was more expensive than I wanted it to be, but I got it straight from Felt. I think this was $24.99, but you definitely need one of those, so I'm not going to skimp on this type of part right here. Got a 9-speed cassette and our derailleur. Those combined I think were about 80. And then, you know, because this is can't use hydraulics, so I'm going to have to utilize some mechanical brakes, but these are the TRPs, so I've had very good success with them on other projects. So I mean, we're not this is Houston, so we're not into any super massive trails or anything like that. So I think these definitely will suffice. And you know, in the future, excuse me, in the future, if the customer wants to go ahead and we can exchange these out for a different group set and make them hydraulic, whether it's like the Shimano 105s or, you know, Tiagra, anything similar to 9 or 10 speed, we can definitely go ahead and do that. So again, I got these in a trade, so no cost on these right here. That's why I'm using 9 speed. I mean, use what you can. I think the pedals were $14.99, and I'll put all the total cost at the end of the build so we can get a good idea and just definitely compare it to what we have with the Ozark Trail. But no, I mean, I think I got some good value here, you know, some really decent tires. These were practically brand new from the guy I bought them from. You know, 80 bucks for both. I mean, that's a heck of a deal. And tires. So I didn't have to buy any tires. And these are decent for gravel, you know, the Impact Cross Pack. I mean, again, we're in the Houston riding area, so there's not any horrendously difficult terrain or anything like that. We have a lot of, our roads are pretty horrible. So a gravel bike, I think, is ideal here than a road bike. But, you know, all of this stuff, I think, is going to work well. So anyway, YouTube, we'll go ahead and get everything situated. Yeah, and probably the 9 speed, we'll have to put that on tomorrow, but we'll go ahead and get started. Alright, so problem number 2. I don't have any headset bearings that fit. Hundreds of bearings, none of them fit this bad boy. So we won't install the fork just yet, but again, we'll install what we can and go ahead and get one order placed, and it should be here by tomorrow. But that's how it is building bikes. So problem number 2. This cassette body is too small. I do have another set of rims, so hang on one sec. Okay, YouTube, so we actually have these. Not sure what the brand of these rims are. But they have a slightly larger free hub body there. Definitely will fit. Huh, okay. Again, I've had these just kind of stored away. These are 700 by 35 Kenda tires, so I mean, still a good deal, I think. Just need a little cleaning, a little dusty. But we'll go ahead and get these situated. And we will use these for the upcoming build. All right, people. Clean as a whistle. And this is just a little silicone so that the cassette doesn't get seized on or stuck on there. And if I do have to do maintenance, bad boy just slides right off. Yeah, I don't think I need any spacers as this is pretty tight fit already. It's already right there. Pretty smooth. And I don't know if I've showed this in other videos, but yeah, I usually clean this, add a little silicone as well so that these brake rotors don't get seized either. Not a bunch, just a little bit. at that little punk up there. Making all that noise. I do like working outside though. Get to see a lot of stuff like that. Okay, I don't know if I said how much these rims are, but I think they are $80, I think. Had them for a couple years now. I think I got them in a trade as well, so. We will get them mounted up and see how they look. It's starting to take shape, you know. Takes a minute, but it's gonna be a good looking bike. Alright, gonna put a little silicone on these as well. This keeps them from galling up also. And again, you know, I realize through axles are probably more popular on gravel bikes, but you know, again, we're not in any really super harsh terrain here in Houston. So I think quick axle will be more than enough for this build. And I do like to put them on before I put on the disc brakes, just so I can make sure everything is lined up and I got the correct adapters and everything like that. So put on the derailleur hanger first, right here. So this is the second gravel bike I've used by Felt. I put one together in one of my previous videos, and I mean, yeah, these ride really smooth, so this is going to be a nice platform. You know, hopefully a lot of you guys, if you're out there and you need to find ways to build bikes and, you know, save some money instead of going out and spending $3,000 on whatever's out there, which of course are amazing bikes, but you know, if you got a budget like most of my customers do, yeah, this is a great platform. I mean, it's a nice looking bike. It's solid, it's secure. I mean, you can't go wrong with this. I like the paint scheme. I like all those little nuances here and there. So definitely makes for a super nice looking bike. And I've used these ghost stems before. I just like the shape of them. And they have about 3 or 4 colors online. But you know, I like this one. This is a 100 millimeter one, so it's got a good size. So they have, I think, starting at 70 maybe. But again, these are good. You know, they do what they're supposed to. Look good. I like that kind of downward profile. A lot of people dog Amazon products. Of course, there's crappy products anywhere, but you know, I've used these long enough that most of these products are fine. You know, if you're out there beating up your bike, then yeah, they're not going to last long. But take care of your bike, get it well maintained. You know, start off with decent quality, yeah, and your bike will last. So again, as mentioned, this bike came with these already pre-wrapped, so I'm going to take advantage of that and just install them as is, and of course do what I need to do once I get them up there. Start at the top. And I don't like my handlebars too high, but enough to support my weight when of course I'm riding downhill or stuff like that. So let's get these tightened up. These are actually Marin handlebars. We're finding out new things all the time about this bike. Remember, I got them in a trade for some, I think it was an 8-speed group set. I like the handlebar. It's got that cork handlebar type on there. Okay. Definitely is doing what it needs to. Nice. Okay, okay. All right, looking good. So we have the Advent 9-speed RD M6195L. And look what I had lying around. I had forgotten. I guess I had put this in the box. This is our 9-speed chain. Perfect. I guess that's good. Chain fits. Don't have to do any adjustment. That doesn't happen very often. see.